What's up, my noobs? It's been a while. Sorry I had to take a bit of a vacation, but I had some personal things I had to get through. But now I'm back, so I'm going to start doing some more videos, and hopefully a few more this time. Now that I'm back, I decided that I don't want to do something that's being talked about right now, not the new movies, not some new anime thing. I decided I wanted to talk about an older anime that I actually liked, and I've now just started reading the manga. So I want to talk to you about an anime or manga known as Dance in the Vampire Bund. It's a very unique story. Now, as you can imagine, this story does involve vampires, but it's not your typical scary kind of vampires. Yes, there are some scary elements in it, but it's actually a very good story. Your main story revolves around Mina Tempest and Akira Regendorf. Now, Mina Tempest is the princess ruler over the vampires, where Akira is her werewolf bodyguard. Now, in this story, Mina has bought a special island that has been transformed into a place that vampires can live. Now, during this whole story, there is a lot of people fighting against this. There's the humans who are just now being introduced to vampires and having to realize that they are real. And then there are the old class vampires, the nobility that do not want things to change. They only want humans to be prey. They don't want to be living with them. And I kind of like this story. The original anime had 12 episodes and seemed to go with the first arc from what I'm seeing. I'm actually starting to read the manga now. I'm buying these big books, as you can see. They actually come with 3 volumes in them, which I like. I've just finished the first one, and I like it. Mina is not your typical vampire like you've seen in a lot of animes or TVs. She's not trying to suck the blood of all the humans. She's actually just trying to live with them, to incorporate her vampire race with the human race. And Akira, now in the beginning, he is your typical student. He is living with the humans. There's a girl that loves him, but he rejected her now. You come later to find out that he is a werewolf, and his family has served the vampire rulers for a very long time, and now he serves Mina. And there is a bit of a love relationship between Mina Tempest and Akira, but because she's a vampire and he's a werewolf, or basically a servant, they really can't have anything, but you can tell the love is there even when they are butting heads. I personally like this, and I really wish there would have been a second season, but it hasn't come out yet. And there was one thing I did learn about this, which I did not know. There was actually some controversy. Now, first things first, Mina Tempest is in the body of what looks like an 11-year-old. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There are scenes where she is naked. Now, if you have an issue with this, you may not want to watch this. I am one of those who actually can see past this because I like the story. But apparently, when this was originally coming out on DVD format, Funimation, who owned the rights at the time, was originally going to put out an edited version of it because they did not want to have to deal with the controversy and backlash. But at the same time, a series known as Strike Witches came out, and it had scenes of nudity of these very young girls who were young girls. They were normal girls that had like animal ears and shit when they had magic, but they were 11, 10, 12. I think the oldest one in there was maybe 16, and you would have scenes of them naked. When this happened, there actually was a backlash. Fans were complaining to the point where Funimation later came out and said, okay, we're going to actually release them unedited. And so now you can buy it in its original format, which I like because it's an anime. It's a cartoon. It's not real. Yes, there are scenes, but if you get past it, first of all, you realize she's way older than she looks. But second, because it's not real. She's a vampire. They never look like what they're supposed to. In fact, in this show, a lot of times, their true form looks very different. Her true form is actually a very adult-looking woman, and there are other ones that have adult forms that look like your typical horror vampire with big wings and stuff like that. So I've moved past that. Now, as I said, I have actually been reading this manga, and I bought the big bundle one first. There's a couple more. I haven't gotten to them yet, but I really do like this story. It's very unique. The little things they do in there, where they introduced basically a sunscreen that vampires can use to spend 15 minutes out in the sun, or the way the aristocrats work in the whole vampire system, or how the werewolves have been working with them. I like all these little stories. It may not be for everyone who's just looking for blood or gore, but if you want a very interesting story, want to see how some vampires work with other creatures such as humans or werewolves, I would give this one a shot. Yes, it was done in 2010, so the animation isn't going to be as par as it is now, but it actually has done well. I don't know if they've done a Blu-ray release, but if they have, I'm actually thinking of picking up it because it's a good story. I would love to see it go further, but until then, I've got these big books. From what I know, there's about 3 or 4 off the top of my head. There may be more. And when I say 3 or 4, I mean 3 or 4 of these big ones, these big heavy ones. But I don't know. What do you think? What old school anime, now when I say old school, I'm going, 10 years or older, did you enjoy that you really wish they would have continued? There's so many that I want to talk about, but I want to start with this one. Let me know in the comments what you would like to talk about, and hey, if you got any suggestions on anything new that you want me to talk about or see or discuss, it doesn't have to be anime, it could be movies, it could be pop culture, who knows? I talk about everything. Anyways, I'm the Noob. Thank you for joining me. Sorry I was gone. I promise I won't do that again. And I'll catch y'all next time. See ya.